Steve, obviously that'd be pretty disappointing, just not get a full game in. What did you make of what you saw?
I thought it was probably one of our worst bowling displays that we've put on for a very long time. We bowled both sides of the wicket. We gave them a lot of freebies, and it was pretty ordinary, to be honest with you.
Is that rustiness because Mitch and Josh didn't play in the IPL? Is that a bit of that, or what do you put that down to?
Let's hope it's rust, and let's hope it's gone, because that was, as I said, it was pretty ordinary. And credit to them, they came out and played and came quite hard and played quite well up top and got their innings going. And Kane timed his innings beautifully. He played really well throughout the middle. But yeah, we did not bowl well at all. So that's something we need to look at and improve on for the next game.
You didn't think the bowlers pulled it back a little bit in the last half of the innings?
The last probably 10-15 overs was pretty good, and that's something that I guess we have done pretty well for a very long time. But if you start well, you certainly make things a hell of a lot easier on yourselves, and today we didn't do that.
Steve, was that a concern particularly about Mitch, seeing as he hadn't played since the Indian tour? Were you a bit worried going in that they might be a little bit underdone?
He's a seasoned campaigner now. He's played a lot of cricket, and he's one of the best bowlers in the world. So you've got to back those guys, and he's worked incredibly hard the last couple of weeks to get himself in a position where he could play, and he's been bowling well in the net. So let's just hope today was a bit of rust, and we can let that go and keep moving forward.
Steve, what was the overwhelming sort of feeling when the rain came down? Do you feel like at 53 for 3 you perhaps got away with one there, or do you still feel like you're well in it?
We obviously still had some batters in the shed that can certainly play when you need to be chasing a total like that. But yeah, I probably certainly would have preferred to be in New Zealand's position when we came off at the end there. We still had a lot of work to do, and they've got a quality bowling attack as well, so we perhaps got away with one there.
Do you feel the top order is a matter of concern for before the next match, or was it just a matter of stops and starts that were affecting you guys?
Our top order? I don't think it's a big concern. Guys were going pretty hard. We had a pretty big total to chase down, and those can sort of go one or two ways. Those guys can come off, which they do majority of the time. So we're not really worried about that.
Steve, with the game on Monday, what do you do with the kind of team selection? Do you kind of give guys that need time in the middle, or do you make changes?
We're going to be trying to win the game, so whatever team we see fit for the next match against Bangladesh at the Oval, we'll look at the conditions there and see what sort of wicket we get, and obviously we've got to win the next game, and probably quite well as well, so we'll look at that when we get there.
Steve, when there's debates about the best batsman in the world, it's usually surrounding yourself, Kohli, Joe Root and guys like that. Do you think Williamson is quietly doing his own thing and should be up there with you guys?
I think Kane's a magnificent player in all formats of the game. He's a very smart cricketer. He understands his game incredibly well, and he's just he's a very good player, and it looks like he's just getting better as well. So great player.
Steve, with just the selection picking Moses for the first time in a while, was that a last-minute thing ahead of Chris Lynn, or was that in your plans all week?
That was probably in our plans. We could have gone a couple of different ways. Moses' bowling was quite handy today as well. He's a good fielder, so we went that option, and obviously today it didn't work out. We were going pretty hard as well just before the rain came down to try and get in front of the game. So it wasn't an ideal sort of scenario, but hopefully we can see him score some runs in the next game.
Given the format, it's so short, how difficult does that make it now, given that the first game's been washed out?
Yeah, it's obviously not ideal for both sides to have a washout. So for us now, it's just about making sure that we're playing each game like a final and winning the next two. It's a pretty quick tournament, so you can't really afford too many, or a washout really, or a loss. So you've got to turn it around quickly now and control what you can control.
Was there anything for bowlers on this wicket, especially for spinners?
No, I don't think there was any spin. According to Hetty and Wadey, there wasn't a great deal there. It really didn't swing much for both sides at all. Perhaps because there was a bit of moisture in the ground and the ball was getting a little bit wet at times. But no, that was a pretty good wicket, to be fair.
Does the strategy now change given the way they went after the quick bowlers, and obviously the selection of the squad was with the 4 big quicks and maybe using them as the mainstay of the attack, but given they got whacked around a bit, do you re-strategise a little bit and look more maybe at Moses bowling more, John Hastings obviously he'll bowl his 10, but maybe bringing in Adam Zampa in that way, given how they went after the quicks today?
Well, as you said, Moses and Haystow bowled a reasonable amount today, so it seemed like almost the slower you bowled, it was a little bit better for these conditions. So again, that's what we're going to have to look at the Oval and see what we think our best 11 is for that particular wicket against Bangladesh.
Thanks, guys.